show you how I make my table signs. So if you want to see how I made these, keep watching. For this project, you will need the following items: a bone folder or anything that will help you crease a line. I'm going to be using a stylus for this. Strong adhesive of your choice. This is just score tape. I enjoy this because you don't have to cut it, you just have to tear it. 3 sheets of cardstock of your choice, and it's 8.5 by 11 inches. A scoreboard. This is Martha Stewart scoreboard. It's not necessary, but it definitely is helpful. And of course, whatever label you are going to label your tables. A white piece of cardstock, or again, any color of your choice. And just things to make your life a little bit easier. A circle cutter, and this is again by Martha Stewart. The Crop-A-Dial, and you can pick these up at any craft store and even Walmart. And some eyelets. And you also want to make sure that you have a good cutting mat, that way you don't damage your surface. So let's go ahead and get started. Now if you're a crafter, you know that the rosette phase is going around. And by rosettes, I mean these flower looking things. Now normally what I do as a crafter, I would put it in a circle, use hot glue, and then turn it around and onto itself. But I knew it was going to be a little bit more difficult to do with a larger size rosette. So I found a really great, easy tip to do. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with your 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and you are going to score it at every 3/4 marks. So what I like to do, and you're going to put the 8.5, you're going to put the 11 inches going this way. What I do is I start at 3/4, and then I count 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I score it again. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go ahead and continue doing this for all 3 sheets of cardstock. Now what I like to do at this point is just to make it easier in the end, and this will make more sense when I get to that part, but you are just going to turn it so it's now going 8.5. And so you want to score this in half, so half of 8.5 would be 4 1/4, and you would score that down. Next what you do is you're just going to accordion fold this. So at this point you're going to fold it in half, and that's why we creased it in the middle, because as you can see it's already folding on its own. So you're just going to fold it in half, and then take your adhesive. Like I said, you can use any adhesive that you like, but it definitely has to have a very, very strong hold. Again, this is score tape, and I like it because you can tear it easily, and it has very strong hold. You could probably also use hot glue, but I have not tried that, so I can't really tell you exactly how it would work. Then you just fold it until you get this. Now it's gonna look like you're halfway done, but let me make the next one and I'll show you why you have to make 3. Alright, so you already have your one fan fold looking thing, and like I said, you may think that you can put them together and you'll be done. So let me put one of these sides on to show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so I'm just going to put adhesive on one half, and I'm going to attach it to this side. Now, as you can see, if you leave it like this, it's really flimsy and it's not supported at all. So that's where the third one comes in. And this one I already have adhesive on to speed it up a little. And this one you have to be careful because you don't want the paper to stick before you're ready. So I just like to pinch it together and kind of fit it in. And just making sure it's exactly where I want it before I really stick it together. And that's how you make the rosette. Next, what you would do is you would take a white circle, and really quickly I will show you how I made that white circle. You're going to take out your cutting mat, that way you don't destroy your surface. And you're going to take your white cardstock, or like I said, any color, and you're going to use your circle cutter. Now, if you are unfamiliar with using this, basically it just makes circles in different sizes. So this circle that I'm using is a 4.5 circle, and I want it about 1/2 inch around. So I'm going to go ahead and go to 5 inches, and that is right here. And before I cut, I just want to make sure that if I go around, the 5 inches will stay on my paper. So as you can see, I'm following it, and if it gets too close to the edge, I'll just move it. So it looks like 5 inches will fit. So I just place a little blade in there. I push down and turn at the same time. What I would do next is I would place hot glue all over this, and I would place it on here, and I would do that for both sides just to give it more stability. And then what I would do is I would just take a glue stick or any other sort of adhesive and glue it down to here. Now I'm not going to do that because I'm actually going to be doing it with hot glue, and my glue gun is not warm yet. So that's what it would be like. And then you could like attach it to a popsicle stick, but I'm actually going to be hanging this from the ceiling. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm going to do. This is called a crocodile, and it's from We Are Memory Keepers, and mainly I just use it for hole punching, but I'm going to be using the smaller side. It has two sides, a big side and a small side. And if you're not familiar with crafting, it's kind of a foreign object of sorts. So I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see this, but it punches on the side. So it doesn't punch here, it's actually punching down here. And then you have a hole. And I'm going to take an eyelet. And basically what this is going to do is it's just going to reinforce my paper. Since it is hanging, I don't want it to tear. So this is just going to give it a metal reinforcement. So then I'm going to take this, and this side is on B and this side is on 2. I'm not really sure what the difference is, but I kind of just played around with this a couple of years ago, and I just always kept it on this setting. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take this metal pokey piece right here, and you're going to place it through the top. Just make sure it's all the way in. This is so hard to do with the camera. Alright, so hopefully I'm in frame because I'm not looking at the camera right now. Okay, and once it's in there, you're just going to squeeze it in place. Now it doesn't take a lot of force, But then, as you can see, this metal piece has stayed and it's squished onto the back. And then I will put my piece of thread or yarn or string, whatever I'm going to use, to hang that from the ceiling. So that was the completed project. If you want to see more crafting videos, I do have a crafting blog, and that is www.genuinecrafts.com, and you can find that in the link in the description of this video, or if you're at my blog, I will post a link to there. So I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you have any ways of displaying your table names for your classroom, let me know. And until next time, happy teaching. Bye guys.